I know what my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P. A lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious. I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
Can y'all see me? Y'all see what I'm doing? Y'all can see my hands? Hold up. Y'all see what I'm doing? Y'all see it? Oh, double music. Y'all see what I'm doing? I'm doing absolutely nothing. I'm just making it look important. Oh, geez. I was doing like this, make it seem like, you know what I mean, the movies when they be in the soundboard. All right, let me refresh because y'all tripping. Hold on. Stand by. It's a live show. And how about now? Hey, what's good with you? You good with the sound? All right, welcome into the program, ladies and gentlemen. This is now Let's Go Live with Lamont King, and I'm Lamont King, and we're now live, so let's go. Long time no see. Ain't seen y'all in a minute. Good, man. Back at our new time, man. Back at our new time, if that makes sense. Back at our new time, 8 o'clock on Wednesdays, Mondays and Wednesdays. Make sure. Hit up the thumbs and the bell and share the show right now. Let somebody else know that you're watching it, okay? Let's do that, can we? Newcomers, come on in. Have a sit down, don't touch nothing. Is a reverb? You said it's a reverb? What's up? What you hearing, Teron? It's a reverb? Is it like double? Like an echo? I think you're the only one. Okay. All right, anyway, let's get to it. Something like a podcast, man. Hilarious commentary, trending topics, celebrity guests, and interesting people. Fridays, all fun and games. Shout out to our executive producer down the hall in Studio G. Actually, he's on vacation today. He skipped town immediately after, after his receiving the funds in his bank account. You know what I mean? Dr. Clarkson, ladies and gentlemen. The newest addition to our show, Dr. Clarkson. And shout out to Mr. John Watson, our New York bureau chief, on location right now. He's working remotely as well. Good to see y'all. All right, here it is. Visit our sponsor, drunkenfruit.com and at drunkenfruit for the latest specials. And there's that. And here's the number today, man. We're going to jump on there. We're going to get right to it. The 8 o'clock hit different. That 8 o'clock just hits different. 765, let's go one. 765-538-7461. A few things I want to talk about. Rihanna. Big news on Rihanna. Amazing news. Just found out some interesting news about Dr. Dre and his oldest daughter. Who knew? Who even knew he had an oldest daughter? And we're going to briefly talk about the verses last night. Gotta get into it. You know it. All right. But first, I want to welcome into the show. Wait, let me see what y'all talking about. Some unreadiness. I had two screens open. Oh, nigga. I had two screens open. My fault. It was your fault. What are you... You had me, wait a minute. You get the full horn. You had me in here turning my levels down and adjusting and thinking I was doing something wrong. I had two windows up. If you don't shut your, you over there, you a stockbroker or something? What you doing, man? You a gamer? What's going on over there? 2 screens open. Man, if you don't learn how to use the internet. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get to it, man. It's some things that's happening in the world you probably already know about, but we when it comes down to legalese and legalities, we got to put everything you think you know about the law and put it up against the law, and that's where we bring in the lovely fan favorite from New York City, home of the latest and greatest versus battle. Please welcome. Let's go live with Ikie Speaks. What's good with ya?
What's good? What's going on?
Too much. Hold on, let me put your name. Put your name up here. Hold on, where is that? I got so many names up here now. People that have been on the show. Here we go. Yours stays though. There we go. Good to see you. How you been?
I'm good. How are you?
Chilling. You know what I mean? I see you got the shoulders out. Got the Michelle Obama's jumping.
I'm always fit body. That's what it is.
Got the guns out. All right, so I brought you in specifically to talk about 2 of the major stories, and they just so happen to come out of New York. So I know you got inside and insight on all the foolishness. All right, let's go with individual number 1. The governor. Let's start at the top. Andrew Cuomo. Letitia James, Attorney General, our favorite. She came out and hit the press conference, hit the Kanye joint, dropped the press conference in the middle of the day with no promo, and let us know that the findings were full of findings. Full of findings, all bad.
Yes.
Walk us through the latest and the key points of their findings.
Well, first of all, Governor Cuomo has already been embattled. He's already had his share of scandals from the COVID deaths, right? In the nursing homes and how he covered those up and things. So this is just fuel on the fire. And so Letitia James, after having, some complaints be lodged, and had an independent investigation. She used outside lawyers from big law firms conduct this investigation. And they were not playing. They interviewed 179 people. They sent out 70 subpoenas. They gathered 74,000 documents. They had phones, messages, text messages, emails, photos. They interviewed friends of friends and the friends of the other friend. And they came up with this report. It's about 165 pages or more, laying out the allegations of predominantly 11 women. I'm sure there are others, but they focused on these 11 women. Some of them are anonymous. They're known to the investigators, but in the reports they are anonymous and identified as like state employee 1 or state employee 2. Right. But the allegations range from things that seem innocuous as to, you look nice today, right? Overly complimentary, things of that nature, to full on grabbing an ass during the photograph taking or putting your hand down someone's blouse and grabbing a breast, asking about if you've ever had sex outside of your marriage, making women feel particularly uncomfortable and creating what's called under the law a hostile work environment. So, and there are calls that he should step down because the allegations is persistent, as if he is a predator of some sorts. Now, he was interviewed, and his response was, I'm from a certain age group, right, where the men referred to women as sweetie and darling, and it didn't mean anything. It didn't have a sexual connotation to it. And so they are misinterpreting. I'm very affectionate. I do give hugs and I give kisses on the cheek or on the forehead, right? He says, but I'm not an initiator, right? I'm more on the reciprocating end. So I don't want to turn people away because that would make them uncomfortable and it would be awkward.
Oh, I like that. Okay. He flipped. That's a good spin right there.
Well, he spoke to some lawyers before
Yeah,
he.
yeah.
Okay.
Because if I don't call her sweetie, she gonna think that I'm putting her in the ugly pile. You know what
Right,
I'm
right. And then what? Right? I certainly don't want to do that. And
saying?
people, you know. But overall, the report is pretty damning. It's pretty damning from all of the women. It's pretty a consistent sort of. You see a pattern of conduct, a pattern of behavior, in which he even got job. He got a job for a woman making $120,000, and she wasn't doing much or nothing. She wasn't qualified. She knew she wasn't qualified. He basically just told her, just be a sponge. And
Mm.
yeah, and then he referred to her as that's my sponge.
Okay. Now
Um,
I'm hearing all of this, and none of this, for some reason, none of this sounds out of the ordinary. I don't. We get to the
right.
bad
The
part.
problem
Where's the
is
bad part?
the bad part is that there were some women who did speak up, and
Oh,
when those women did speak up, there
uh,
was a concerted effort to retaliate against them. Right?
okay.
Leak confidential information about them to make sure that they probably couldn't get a job someplace else if they left here. To pretty much destroy their credibility, so that if they ever would have come and say, "Hey, he grabbed my ass," nobody would believe them.
Man.
Right? And so that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
But all of it is inappropriate, especially for the
Sure.
government,
Yeah.
right?
For
Especially
the
for the
governor.
governor.
For
Right,
the
yeah, the
governor. The
governor.
president of the state is the
Right, and
president of the
these
state.
people work for you. These are these are your subordinates, and so there's also that dynamic, whereas people feel like they can't say or refuse or rebuff your advances because that might implicate their job in
Mm.
some way, and right, and so you take advantage of that power dynamic. So all of these things fit into this narrative that people are now saying he's not he's not fit to be the governor anymore.
Oh, geez. And what's wild is, men of a certain age, and I get that defense, even though I think he shouldn't have used it, because that's actually the worst in this climate. That's actually the worst
Right.
defense you can
It's
use.
acceptable because people know an uncle like that.
Yeah, but
Right.
what I'm saying is the fact that you use I'm from a time where this is how we used to do it. Like that is the one thing that's completely getting obliterated in this climate. That's the one position that you actually can't use anymore.
You
Well,
have to.
this is
That's who he is.
yeah,
That's who he is.
yeah. But no,
No,
he could have he could have
friendly, very affectionate,
yeah.
right? And so that's what a couple of times he was accused of telling people, after he broke up with his long-term girlfriend, that I'm a little lonely. You think you got me find a girlfriend?
Uh,
I
uh,
would date anyone over 25, but I probably should date someone like 30, 40, so that the public won't, uncomfortable conversations,
right.
right? And so you're creating a hostile work environment. And if this persists, it makes it difficult for women to be productive in that environment.
Oh no, absolutely. And I'm being facetious, but they tell you in day one human resource training. Day
Right,
one in the orientation, like I feel like the orientation that the sexual harassment orientation or
right.
retraining that I went through 3-4 years ago, he just skipped it because it's so easy.
Well, he was protected, and that was part of the other part of the report is that the executive chamber, which is supposed to handle these type of complaints, pretty much did nothing. Right?
Mm.
They either retaliated against the people who did complain, or they sort of swept it under the rug, creating a worse environment. Right? Because now people are not even going to come complain.
Mm.
Right? They're not even going to come tell you.
It's wild how bad press can shape your perception of somebody because like he looks totally different to me now.
I know. I
Now
like
when I see him, I see Andrew Dice Clay. That's
right?
it. Hey, oh,
So
hey, sugar
yeah.
tits, come
Oh,
here. Yeah, get over it. Forget about it.
it was hard to read it because I do like him, and I'm just
Yeah,
like, damn, B. Oh,
yeah.
couldn't
You,
find a girlfriend. Ah, you're
I can
not a
see you
bad looking.
just
Oh, he's
walking
oh,
through the halls, just talking shit. Hey, oh,
right.
hey, bada bing. That's all I see now, which is unfortunate. All right, so what exactly was this? Is this something where it forces civil litigation or it forces criminal litigation? Does he have to
So,
step down? Because
so
everybody's
here's what
asking.
So
Yeah.
here's a couple things. The fallout, right? One, they're asking for articles of impeachment to be drawn up. So similar to what happened with Donald Trump will happen in the New York legislature, right?
Mhm.
So they will bring up some articles of impeachment. If he's convicted of if the impeachment passes, then he has to have a trial in the Senate, right? Blah blah blah. It's very heavily Democratic there, right, in New York. So don't know how many he has still on his side, right? So not sure whether impeachment is going to be a thing that's possible if he has enough favorites, if he has enough people, and then he's in until 2023.
Now,
right?
is this something that could be politicized? Because Trump
Well,
didn't do.
before the politics, the DA's offices have been calling up Letitia James, like, yo, run that discovery, run those subpoena shit you got, it happened in our county, because some of this can rise to the level of criminal conduct.
Okay.
This is forcible touching. If you touch someone on their intimate area,
yes,
right, in an intimate area for your own sexual gratification, that's a misdemeanor.
And forcible touching, and I say this all the time, a lot of us don't know this, comes under the category of rape.
Yeah, it's in the rape statute.
He could catch a rape charge. Oh, you can't come back from
it's
that.
A sex crime. Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Absolutely.
So
there could be some criminal penalties as a result of it. I don't know if the 11 women are going to pursue any type of civil actions. They certainly have the grounds and the basis to do so. They've got civil rights violations in the workplace. They've got violations of the state and federal labor laws. So they can get them on a couple of things if they file, depending on how far they want to go. So he's jammed up. He's pretty jammed up.
But my next argument, since I already had, if I'm him and I use that horrible defense that he used, my next one would be even worse. I'd be like, well, your president did it and y'all ain't do shit to him. Could he just drag it out till 2023?
Probably could.
Okay.
He probably could. It's not that far away.
Yeah, and just fight it.
We're in the middle of a pandemic, right? And so we do need continuity of government. That's kind of a big deal, right? Continuity of government is a safety issue, a security issue.
Who's waiting in the wings in New York?
The Lieutenant Governor, and they're just going to ask me, Kathy Hochul. Don't know her. Don't know what she looks
no
like.
one's ever heard of her.
Never heard of that.
We about to see a whole Lifetime documentary on her like next week. She about to release 2 books. The Audacity of Kathy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere. I remember when Barack dropped 2 books out of nowhere. I was like, oh, this man running for president. You ain't slick. Never even heard of him. All right, so she's next in line. Is there anybody else like the streets is talking and people's like, oh yeah, it's that time. We need to get him out of there because I'm running.
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, because Cuomo's had a strong hold on it.
Yeah.
I think there was some talk of Giuliani's son or something. I don't think he has a shot in hell. He doesn't have a shot in hell.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's trying to run for governor or whatever, but he should run for shit.
Yeah.
Sit your ass down.
All right, now sticking with New York, the mayor, Bill DeBlasio.
Yeah,
man, he came with it the same day. Wasn't that the same day?
Pretty much.
What a decree. He came up with a decree in front of the castle and was like, all right, since y'all want to play around, this is what we're about to do. So in New York now, this is very loosely, I'm paraphrasing. You can't do nothing or go nowhere without the passport. Period. In the story.
Yep.
In the whole city? Is that the city, the state? What is that?
New York City. This applies only to the 5 boroughs, which I live outside of.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Fuck that. Only the 5 boroughs. So in dining, in restaurant dining, the gym, theaters, movies, things of that nature, will require a proof of vaccination for you to enter and participate. Now, DeBlasio says that this was run through DOJ, Department of Justice, and that they said that this is legal.
How? On what grounds? On what precedent?
They never say that part, because I'm like, yeah, what? They never say that part. I'm like, anytime there is declared a state of emergency, the rights of the people are eroded.
Suspend it. Yep. So are we still under that?
Yes.
Oh, well then there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that a long time ago when I was studying with the 5%ers. It was like,
to the God and earth.
yeah, martial law. They said with martial law, all citizens' rights can be suspended.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and the law is very reactionary.
Yeah.
So we will see what happens when the litigation comes and challenges these new guidelines and things of that nature, and we'll see what the courts say and how they interpret whether or not this is appropriate.
Now, what does enforcement look like? So, if you say, "Where's your car?" "Oh, I left it at home, but I paid for this 8:30 movie. I'm gonna see this movie." What are y'all doing? Y'all calling the cops on me? Like what's
Right.
happening?
So that's going to be a whole new area of legislation that has to come around as to if you got a forged vaccination card, right? Is that going to qualify now as possession of a forged instrument? Right? Is a vaccination card going to be a state document? Like all of these provisions, because the forgers are out there like, we got these $10.
Right. Yes.
How are you going to check whether or not the numbers that are on there are accurate? Is there somebody you call? Like, yes, can you verify that you gave dose number N or get the fuck out of here?
Right.
So they do have a couple of apps that you can have proof of your vaccination on your phone. And then they do have those cards. But again, like I said, everything is ripe for the criminals to forge. And I don't know how they're going to enforce it. But they don't need to worry about me. I don't want to patronize an establishment that would like to force me to get a vaccine. So fuck y'all.
But see, I'll take that. I'll take that. But here's the thing: it's about precedence, though, for me, because everybody's looking to New York to see, not even to for leadership, but just to see how this shit gonna work.
How it's gonna go?
Yeah, how it's gonna work. Because
that's really what it's gonna be. So it's not fully implemented. It's like one of those soft rollouts. August 16th, I believe, is the date, and then September someday. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But September someday is the hard day where there's no. I left it home. I will let you slide.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
After September, they not hearing you.
Because it's just like so SP Nola in the chat, he says it's the same enforcement as they have in the subway. Fare jumpers. Try to beat that. And I can attest to that because I've witnessed that. I've seen it. I've been a part of it. You know what I'm saying? I haven't jumped a turnstile, but it's just that one way out station where the exit door is loose and people are leaving, but people are also going through the exit door. You know what I mean? You can't turn that down. So I've been there, and they can't enforce that. You know what I'm saying?
It's very difficult.
Yes, I know what that's like, but it just, it's just wild to me how you can make that type of mandate from City Hall and then just sit back and just watch the chaos. Because I feel like that's what it's really going to be. It's going to be chaotic.
But the problem that I'm having with it is that there is no distinction in the science, especially with respect to the Delta variant, with respect to transmission.
Yeah.
Vaccinated people transmit COVID just at the same rate as unvaccinated people. So you requiring people to be vaccinated is not making your establishment safer.
Well, Fauci 2 days ago said that vaccinated people. Now I want y'all to just do your Googles, do your research, because I know some of y'all get y'all ass in a tizzy. Fauci had just said that vaccinated people actually spread it at a higher rate. Because
they have a higher viral load. That's
that's one. Two, they're so vaccinated that they don't know. They may not know and don't get tested. So they're
the super spreaders.
Exactly.
I've always maintained they were super spreaders since the CDC told them to take their mask off.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, we had an uptick. We had a surge, and they blamed the unvaccinated.
Yeah.
Not the case.
Yeah. And logically, that you're right. That doesn't add up, because what if in this restaurant where everybody got in and sitting down to have a pleasant meal and they all got in with their card, but then they all just give it to each other?
Yeah.
What if that happens?
There was a Cape Cod study. They had about 460 people who were positive. They were all vaccinated. And several of them were hospitalized. Even after they were vaccinated, you're not going to hear about the people that are vaccinated and hospitalized. You're not going to hear about those people, but there are plenty of them. There are plenty of them.
Wow.
Some of them don't have underlying conditions. Some of them do. But they're not going to show that. The focus is not on that.
No.
Right? I don't want you to know that.
Right.
So,
765-538-7461. This is a live show. You're more than welcome to call in. I'll put the invite in the chat as well. We're on with Ikie Speaks out of New York, talking all things New York. Governor Cuomo and Mayor DeBlasio, and last night's verses.
right.
Because I know you watched it.
Of course, you know I watched it.
But here's the thing, I didn't.
What?
I didn't even know it was on last night. Had no clue. But I've seen all the clips. And that was absolutely, that was everything that I expected, and it was absolutely amazing. I called the locks up front, but I had no idea Dipset was going to come out that bad. Had no idea.
They didn't understand the assignment.
No, I would show some clips, but last time, man, they blocked me and I was showing clips. But if you didn't catch, they were in the side room, Madison Square Garden, where they be having the draft and all of that. I mean, it was just electric, and that's another reason why I didn't watch it, because it wasn't on my radar. I didn't realize it was going to be like that. That one, they have progressed, and that one was the first actual concert.
Right.
There
was a fight before that. There was a fight, which is why they had, what's the name, Michael? Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was a whole card.
I missed all that.
Triller.
Oh, the Triller joint.
Yeah.
Oh, a Triller and Versus collabo?
Yeah.
No, that's for the culture. That's for the culture. That is for the culture. But I really like I like the Locks' energy and their professionalness and their evolution. And the fact that they took it seriously. And I'm disappointed that Dipset did not take it seriously. They've had some challenges and some battles over the years, but come on, you can't come out that Jewels, you can't come out like that.
What's he doing?
Like what they called him up and was like, hey man, we about to take it back to 2003. And he was like, all right, you heard? I still got the outfit. I still got my outfit. And that's what I'm coming out with. No, sir. Yeah, the Locks came out like, all right, we old men now, elder statesmen, but we still fly, it's a little short set.
Right. Right.
Keep it easy. Let's rehearse. Bars, punchlines. Man.
It was the Jadakiss concert. Stop playing.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And what I really appreciated was this one, the last few, because the world has taken a liking to verses. The last few have been super safe. This one was an actual battle, like the URL level battle, where it could go anywhere on stage at any given time.
At any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they had apparently spoke before and agreed that they would do the banter. They would get at each other. They would even do the, slight bumping into each other, and everybody agreed and understand we're not about to fuck this money up.
Yeah.
Don't do all this bullshit, but it's all in jest and all for performance. Everybody got that?
Right.
Before we go. Right. So that was the right thing to do.
Now, somebody says in the chat, Triller owns Versus. I didn't know that. I knew they sold, but I didn't know they sold to Triller.
Wow.
I gotta do my Googles on that. All right, let's go down the hall and out of state to let's check in with Dr. Clarkson, his first appearance since his upgrade. What's good with you?
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing? How you doing?
Doing well. So first of all, congratulations to Ikie for being 5th ranked in the country for women's golf. She's absolutely amazing in this.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I did see that. Yeah.
Shout out to the homie. Shout out to the homie on that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta show respect on that. So my question to you, as an educator, talk to me about what does vaccination look like inside of this COVID world? What are the legal ramifications of what does that look like?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Vaccine mandates? You mean?
Yeah, like for example, there's certain things that you have to have. Like you have to have polio, you have to have TB. Will COVID be next? And what are the legal ramifications on that?
So I don't think they can mandate COVID until it's been FDA approved.
Okay.
So that's part of it. You know that the military hasn't mandated the vaccine. They're only suggesting it. They haven't mandated it, and I think that's typically what I look to see if the military is doing it then. But the military is not mandating it because let's go. hasn't been approved by the FDA. It's still only approved for emergency use, right? And so it's still going through phases and trials. So that's one. Two, when it comes to whether or not you will be able to have any recourse should you decide to take the vaccine and it fucks you all the way up, you have no recourse. What happened before the rollout of this vaccine was that the government went to the manufacturers and said, we need this vaccine now. The manufacturer was like, yo, it's not ready, B. And the government was like, yo, we don't care, put it out. And they was like, well, if you want us to put it out, you got to give us immunity. We're not about to get in trouble and lose all our shirts because y'all want it right away. And the government was like, okay. So under the PrEP Act, the HHS secretary was authorized to give all of the drug manufacturers who created the COVID vaccine immunity from any type of civil suit resulting from the harm of anyone who used the vaccine. It also shields employers who require you get vaccinated before you come to work. You can't sue your job.
So basically, there's nothing you can do if they decide to go that route, especially educators in the schools.
So prior to this had never been done before. But even prior to this, trying to prove injury as a result of a vaccination was very difficult. And you had to go to a specific type of what we call vaccination court. And there's a body that you present the evidence to. And over the course of, I would say, the last 10 years, they've only awarded 6% of the people who have come and said, I've been injured by a vaccine. So it is very difficult in this country to get any type of redress if you're harmed by a vaccination, and the government made sure you could have none when it came to the COVID vaccine. Now, this is not about your right to sue, but you should think very critically about why the government or why a pharmaceutical company would require the government to give them immunity for a product. I'm not going to put it out. Think about that. Think about if you're creating something and I come to you, Lamont, I'm like, I need that right now. I'm going to give it to so-and-so. You like, wait, hold up, it's not ready. And I'm like, yo, B, I'm just going to give it to him anyway. And you like, hold up, you got to indemnify me. That's what the law says. You got to indemnify me, hold me harmless. Right? And then you're like, all right, you can take that shit. I don't give a fuck who you give it to.
Yeah, all right, yeah. A great question by the man with the drink in his hand getting into his Uber. Thanks for that, Dr. Clarkson, with the glassy eyes, like we didn't see it. Thanks, he's on vacation. But yeah, and for those that are just joining us, this is not an anti-vaccine show. This is an
Not at all.
This is an informational show. We want you to do your research.
Yes, and do what's right for you.
Do what's right for you.
Right, because my thing is, it's just understand that it's a prophylactic treatment. Right. And when you understand it for what it is, then you can better evaluate whether you need it, whether it's right for you.
Wait a minute. Explain that. What you mean?
So when people hear vaccine, they think I'm going to be immune
or cured. Right. Yes.
I can go around my family again. That was what the commercials were promoting. I'm running, I'm hugging people. That's not what it does.
Right.
Right. So don't get it because you think that you're going to have immunity. It doesn't give you that. You still can get COVID.
Yeah.
But if you have a pre-existing condition, if you have some comorbidity, understand it's a prophylactic treatment. For should you get sick, it might give you some protection so that you become less sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? That's that. Just tell it. If you had explained it like that, CDC, motherfuckers would have been like, "Oh yeah, give me the prophylactic treatment."
Yeah.
I was like a condom. It's like a condom.
Let me get them COVID covers. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, come on, man.
Cover. Oh, it covered the COVID? Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me get that joint.
All in the marketing.
Yeah, yeah. Really? I mean, I've been saying that. Like it's all in how y'all spend it. Y'all spun it real bad.
Yeah.
And put a lot of money. But anyway, you've been pretty good at predicting and forecasting. Next lockdown. Is it coming and how soon?
Oh, goodness. Okay. Yes, I think another lockdown is coming. I don't think it will be as bad as the first one or as long, but I think maybe I would say October to December. Yeah.
Okay.
Winter months. When they think that, that transmission might be higher.
Last question on this. Rahman says, my job just said we have to be vaccinated to return. Now, to your point, and similarly to Dr. Clarkson's question, we don't have any resource or recourse against the makers of the medicine. But if my job says you either take it or walk, my job is forcing me to take something that's not FDA approved. They have that right?
They do.
They do.
They do. They do have that right, and it does not violate any HIPAA law. Just to tell you that HIPAA
Wow.
only applies to healthcare providers, right, and their constituents, right. So their billing agents and their referrals and things like that. They can't give out your medical information. They can't give it to anyone else without your permission. That has nothing to do with the rest of our owners saying, "Let me see a vaccination card." It's not a HIPAA violation. That is a huge misconception. But if your job is asking you to take the vaccine, they should also make you aware if there are any exemptions. There should be at least a medical exemption and possibly a religious exemption. You should explore those. The medical exemption would require you to go to the doctor, look at the ingredients that are in the vaccine, and maybe talk to your doctor about some of those ingredients that you might have an adverse reaction to. Right?
Oh, okay. So
I'm
yeah.
allergic erythromycin. I'm going through that shit. Anything that rhyme with myosin, I can't take this.
Yes.
Or religious exemptions, which are a little more difficult to prove because it has to be a bona fide religion. Can't be some shit you just made up, and you have to show the relationship between the religion and why you can't take a vaccine.
Oh, I thought you meant you had to show your relationship with God. I'm like, how you could do that? Do you got to show your tithe history or call the pastor? He's in my phone. My pastor's in my phone. Like, how do you do that? How do you prove? Because I had that question the other day. Like, that's like last resort. How do you do that?
Bring in your religious tenets. So if you have books or you have books that talk about the tenets of your religion that say you can't put foreign objects in your body, right? There are some Jehovah's Witnesses, right, that have specific. They can't do blood transfusions, and maybe they don't take shots, maybe they don't take vaccinations, things of that nature, and you can establish that that's a bona fide religion or part of your religion.
But you don't have to show your prayer history or that I go to church every Sunday or no like that. Okay.
No, you don't have to establish that. No, you just have to disclose what the religion is. You can't just say, "I got a religious exemption."
Okay.
You can't just say, "I'm a Rastafarian."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bismillah
now, right? They're like, everybody, I'm Rastafarian.
Yeah, exactly. Just go in there and turn Muslim. All right, one last question from I'm bringing my female contributor, A Cutie Pie. She's another educator. I'm sure she has a question about the school building. Let's go live. Welcome to the program. Good to see you.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, beautiful?
Good. Oh, let me tell you, your skin is glowing. We were talking about you in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
So my question, well, it's not necessarily a question. I heard from like administrative level people in my county that they are actually working on talking about we go back to school in September, but they're already talking by Thanksgiving we're gonna be back home. So when y'all said lockdown, that's why I was like, let me get on, because I heard that from a principal, and I heard that from someone else that's up at the higher level at our Sasser building, which is where all of the CEOs and superintendents work. So not only that, another thing that makes me think that a lockdown is coming, I'm hearing from different presidents of colleges that they're telling their students in their letter, the students that are coming back on campus, pack light. Don't pack a lot of stuff.
Oh,
they put that in the letter to the people coming on campus, pack light. In other words, don't bring a whole wardrobe and big trunk and everything because you're probably going to go back home.
Wow. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I am a CUNY professor. I teach at City Tech. And we are going to be virtual this fall.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, we knew that, though. There was never a change for us. They told us at the end of last semester we would be virtual this fall.
So y'all starting off virtual?
We starting off virtual.
See, we going in.
Yeah, I thought everybody was, going back, boots on the ground, foot in
we
the
going
classroom.
in straight like 2020. Like we going in like it before March 13th, 2020.
Right,
we're going back fully. Now the only difference is they still want us to wear masks.
Masks. Okay.
However, whether you're vaccinated or not. It'll be different when this particular year I only had my largest class because I teach middle school, so I have 8 different classes. I had my largest class was 6 kids. Now you change that 6 into 30, we have an issue. We have an issue.
Right. Because you can't socially distance with 30 kids in one room.
How you gonna do it?
No
and
way.
I went to lunch with one of my colleagues today, and she's an assistant principal, and she was just like, I'm in charge of scheduling lunches. She was like, during COVID, because it wasn't that many kids that came back, she was able to use the cafeteria and socially distance. She said, but that was just, I can't do, she said 60 versus 600 is different.
Right.
So yeah, that's going to be
yeah, I think the teachers union will be a big part of
yes. Yes.
I think a cutie pie. I think I don't know if that letter from the presidents of the HBCUs to the incoming freshmen was more so about COVID. It might have been saying pack light because y'all not too bright because you won't be here for long. You know what I mean? Because your senior year in high school is not even on record. We don't even have files that you learned anything. So pack light because it may not be the place for you.
It wasn't, believe it or not, it wasn't just the freshmen coming in. They was telling it to everybody coming back on campus because I'm talking about parents that have juniors and seniors on campus at like Morgan, at Bowie, and so, but yeah, anytime they put pack light in quotation marks.
Yeah. We appreciate you, our female contributor, a cutie pie. Good to see you. All right. All right, I'm gonna let you go. Your CUNY, what you call it? Is that like can we all enroll so that we can have you as a virtual teacher? Because I feel like that class will be off the hook. Can we distance learning?
Studies at City Tech, you absolutely can.
Oh yeah, needs that. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you taking the time out in your evening. Always a pleasure. Always informative.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right. See you soon.
All right. Y'all be good. Take care. Stay safe.
There it is. Always a good time. Keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? All right. Oh, nice. Y'all been doing good. Any questions? Let me change the little. Couple stories, then we'll be out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Wednesday. I don't know if y'all heard about this one. Let's get to this one real quick. I think it's good positive news. Black girl magic. Support and protect black women. All of that. Well, this young lady can apparently support herself. Shout out and congratulations to Rihanna. This is courtesy of Forbes, man. Did y'all hear this? Rihanna H. Fenty. I don't even know that's her middle name, but she's now officially a billionaire. Forbes.com. This is today. How the singer became the richest female musician on the planet. Hint, it wasn't from performing. She officially moved in front of what's the little girl name? Little Kardashian. She's in front of her now. She's now worth $1.7 billion. So what I'm trying to figure out, I got to read this because I didn't read it. She's worth 1.7 and she's now officially the first billionaire. But that's 0.7 over billion. So what happened between yesterday and today? That's 700 million. Where did that kick in? All right, Rihanna, let's read together. Rihanna is now worth 1.7 billion, Forbes estimates, making her the wealthiest female musician in the world and second only to Oprah Winfrey as the richest female entertainer. Yeah, dog. Is Oprah really an entertainer? But it's not her music that made her so wealthy. The bulk of her fortune, an estimated 1.4, comes from the value of Fenty Beauty, of which Forbes can now confirm she owns 50%. Oh, awesome. Okay, business. Business IQ is high. Much of the rest lies in her stake in her lingerie company, Savage by Fenty, worth an estimated $270 million, and her earnings from her career as a chart-topping musician and actress, which they don't even provide a figure for. That's amazing. So Fenty Beauty. So the beauty products and lingerie. I mean, that's not one thing. Isn't that one thing? She has 101 million followers on Instagram. That's where the real money is. And 102 million on Twitter. To build a beauty brand, she's the most successful beauty entrepreneur to do so. Fenty Beauty, which is a 50-50 joint venture with French luxury goods conglomerate LVMH. I'm sure y'all know what that is. Which is run by Bernard Arnault, the world's second richest person. He was actually the first richest for about 20 minutes last week when Bezos lost some market cap with his company and and Amazon tanked 10%. Did y'all see that? Okay. Do your Googles. Let's see. Let's keep reading. This is exciting. This is good news, man. This is because she's a role model, man. And I was reading something else today, another article that was a little lighter than this. And they were saying how, she did it the right way. She came in, her class, if you will, like her entry into the music industry was the same year that Neo came out and Tierra Marie. And Tierra Marie was, slated to be the next thing. And no. But the article was also talking about how she don't have to do music no more if she don't want to. That's an amazing story. It says by 2018, her line was bringing in more than $550 million in annual revenues, beating out other celebrity-funded brands like Kylie and Kim and Jessica Alba. So anyway, y'all can do your Googles. And she's with, I forgot about this. I take back everything I said. I forgot she's with A$AP Rocky. So apparently she's into women. All right. Shout out to Rihanna, man. Do your Googles, read all the details, man. I just wanted to put that on your radar because that's new news, man. And that's amazing. Like, that's groundbreaking. That's history. That's all of the above. Yeah. Shout out to, I'm trying to get rid of this. Shout out to Rihanna. See what y'all talking about. Jay-Z Business School, yes. And she listened. Because there's quite a few people that went to Jay-Z Business School that did not listen. So she listened. You know what I'm saying? Can't really say the same for Memphis Bleak and Chris and Neef, Beans. Okay. All right, what are we talking about here? Robinhood had to suspend their trading up 80%, I think, in 2 days. Who's that? What are we talking about? All right. 2 more stories and we out here. Something I was saving from yesterday. Hey, did y'all see this? I don't know if you saw this. I thought this was just funny. You may not even find the humor in this, but I thought it was, and most of the stories I give y'all was stuff that you ain't seen all day. Because you could get that all day long. But did you see this? Alabama woman, this is the Independent out of the UK a couple days ago. Alabama woman found 2 years after going missing in Europe. All right, so listen. In your own head, before you read the story, just try to put the pieces together. Looking at her, just try to put the pieces together. What you think happened? Family is desperately trying to find daughter missing in Europe. All right, let me read a little bit of the story, and then you'll see why it tickles me. I'm happy to know our prayers have been answered, says Ella Vaughn, who hasn't heard from her sister, Nicole Denise Jackson, since 2019. All right, the long and short of it, she's Alabama. She vanished loosely in Europe 2 years ago. She's finally been found. She's 23. She left to go to Germany in 2018 and eventually stopped answering calls and texts. Her family hasn't heard from her in 2 years. That's not funny. Where's the rest of the story? I hate these kind of sites. Where is the rest of the story? I read it on my phone. Wait a minute, let me get it. Is that a pop-up? Oh, here we go. She's been located. She's safe and in good health. This was last Friday. A private investigator finally found her. She had to get on the phone with the State Department and verify that she was. So this girl, she's a singer. She allegedly moved to Germany to study music, and her family later learned to be with a man she'd met online. After she got there, she continued speaking with her family for about a year, occasionally sending a happy birthday text or some other communication, and then just disappeared. The PI got to her, found out she was living with some dude, and then he put her on the phone with the family, and I'm paraphrasing, and she was like, "No, I'm good. Pretty much don't call me, I'll call y'all." All right, so let's go back to the face. If I don't really fuck with y'all was a person. If I'm over all of y'all and everybody that looks like y'all was a person. You talking about ghosted? She's just like, I'm out here. I'm good. She got on the phone with the peoples at the State Department. Was like, yes, it's me. I'm good. Well, they said you haven't been calling them. There's a reason I don't want to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Oh, that's hilarious. Rachel said she's over there getting that wiener schnitzel. Hilarious. She over there on that brat. She on that brat. You know what I'm saying? Look at her. She's glowing. She's so happy. She really was like, will y'all stop calling? They probably had the family on the news crying. She like, I'm good, actually. That's funny. She wasn't missing or disoriented or nothing. She was like, hey, man, I just don't want to talk to you. Oh, that's funny to me. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, last story. Karen's going Karen. Let's go out on this, man. I don't know if you've seen this one from the other day, too. So Karen gets the Karen in, right? And then black dude's, he corrects her, which is the first time I've seen in these videos in a long time, you know. But listen to what the Karen, how she going, though. It's the headline. Black man shuts down woman at a bar after she rants. Black women need to be put in their place. Ooh. Where did she get that from? Oh, that's strong. I want to be like, how dare you? Like, where did you even what in the Mississippi burning is black women need to be put in their place by black men? Okay, anyway. This guy Nicholas, he was hoping to enjoy a peaceful meal, but he got more than he bargained for. He published this video on his page that said this unidentified white woman who claimed black men need to put these black chicks in their place. And there's video. Oh, let's watch the video. Who are these people? All right, let's watch.
Put these black chicks in their place. Ugh.
Damn. That's huge.
He like, that's what you feel? I'm still trying to process.
You said that black women are messing with your mom? You said your mom's in the hospital? Oh, they're messing with the country.
That's all.
Okay, all right.
So the black male needs to say, you know.
Well, let me hold that thought. Let me order this food real quick.
Oh.
Let me order this food.
Crab and shrimp Louis.
And then he orders.
With extra crab on it, extra shrimp, and add some salmon to it. Yeah.
I hate when they try to correct you.
That's okay.
He said add some salmon to it. She said salmon? He ordered his food first. This is hilarious.
Yes, please. Now, what was you saying again?
The black male needs to wrestle the black female and tell her and put her in her place. Because if you don't, she's just gonna just, you know.
Right.
She's just gonna, I don't know, she's just gonna, you know, mess it all up.
Oh, black woman's gonna mess America. Oh, okay.
Or, well, color of her skin, you know, people like porcelain skin, the blue eyes, the yellow hair.
Oh.
You know,
all now you done went left.
I'm asking you.
I'm telling you.
Now you get serious.
First of all, our black women are strong.
I know that.
We got strong black women in this world. Yes, indeed.
Now, right now.
And the black women.
So right now, he's trying to figure out a way to destroy her without putting his hands on her. It's very high-skilled work. It's high-skilled labor. She's drunk. He could just not engage her, but he's trying to cripple her whole existence without hitting her with a left hook. All right, let's continue.
In this country, in this world, is not the problem.
Yes, they are.
Because when you talk about it, you talk about my black mother.
No.
You talking about my black sister. You talking about my girlfriend. You talking about everybody. Now, I don't know what's going on with your mom.
Yes, no, sir.
I don't know what's going on with your mom, but
No, wait.
My condolences to whatever's going on with your mom. But
he said my condolences and then laughed.
No, I don't think it's every black woman's fault what's going on with your
Let me tell you
mom.
about my mom.
Oh.
Yeah,
That bitch is 97 years old and she don't know how to quit.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
She don't know how to quit.
You read me? You got black chicks that are like that, okay? They need to be reined in.
Ooh, they need to be reined in. You black chicks need to be reined in.
I'm serious.
Ooh, I'm serious. Ooh. What's the basis though?
Okay, right on.
Yep.
Okay. Hey,
Oh, nice.
you have a nice day, okay?
He got saved too. Oh yeah. Look at his face. That's ooh. Chef's kiss. Because they heard it down there. They heard it was going bad fast south. Yeah, that put it when you drinking, all that reality comes to the surface. I wonder where she get that. What's the basis though? Who she be listening to all day and night? Tucker Carlson and them. She be on Parler. They be having whole message boards on this. But how do you think that was going to go? How do you think that was going to end? Talking like that to a total stranger. And now he was real pleasantry and all of that, but let him get hostile or raise his tone a tad. She'd start crying. But he exercised a superior level of restraint. Went with the comedy. He could have just berated her, obliterated her, and that would have been as enjoyable. But anyway, there's that. All right, man. That's about it. We are out of time. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Even though y'all ain't telling nobody. You got to do better. You got to do better. On behalf of everybody that made this show possible and our guest, Ikie Speaks Against the Law. See y'all Friday, man. Lord willing, all fun and games, man. We'll keep it light in the week off. I hope all is well. And yeah, see you then. That's that. Where's the button at? All right, stay safe.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad official.